Okay, so the reason why September 30th is very important is because, as you can see within this sphere, there aren't that many opportunities for black creations or black faces to be out in the mainstream media, right? That my whole mission is the proliferation of minorities within mainstream media. Now, the reason why September 30th is important is because that's when I'm going to be signing the Masterverse issue number 4, as well as the trade paperback at Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland. Now, the reason why it's a big deal is because it's a mainstream publication. It's Dark Horse Comics. It's not, between all the different like comic, companies, Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, what I mean? Those are the ones that people want to get a lot of their work into because they see or they get seen a lot, right? And there are a lot of independent creators out there like Concrete Comics, Concept Moon, Stranger Comics, Ace Blade, Taurus Comics. I can go on and on and on. Like there's so many of us, or so many of them, excuse me, because I haven't put the work in the way that they have. There's so many of them that's trying to get their books like bought and seen, that they're doing Kickstarters in order to fund the process. Now, with me doing my part in this entire thing, I'm sorry, I drank my pre-workout without knowing that my gym had closed 30 minutes ago, so I am wired. And I am trying to keep my thoughts, but I got to get this out there, right? So the reason why it's important is because if I'm able to bring a certain level of awareness to He Soul and these black comics and, or these black characters or diverse characters within a mainstream publication, then maybe other people or other companies that are looking at me and I am promoting or at least saying the words of Concrete Comics or, a Concept Moon, maybe they'll start looking at them to possibly help fund their projects or fund their books. And then we start seeing more and more of our own people and our own indie creators out there that have been funded by major corporations. Maybe they don't want to be a part of a major corporation. I don't know. That's their business. It's just my job to help. Okay? So if you can go to my link tree and buy a book, a trade paper book or whatnot, and just consider the fact that you are contributing to the overall message that Dark Horse Comics or Marvel Comics or DC Comics, that they need to be paying more attention to these indie creators and possibly incorporate their characters into their universes. Because again, white racists, like here we go with the rant. White racists will always be about, why don't you just make your own characters? We have made our own characters. We're not doing derivatives of your staples or your default characters or whatever. They are our own thing. They're just not seen as much because they are black. And to be fair, you can watch C-SPAN and watch the whole Congress thing, as far as, all the social media thing. Black faces have a diminished algorithm. All right? Like, we are not seen as much as white. It's just a fact. Okay? So if we can make things happen more on a brick and mortar side of things, if I could turn September 30th into a block party, you know what I mean? Like, if I can get the news stations out there, if I can get DJs, if I can get people out there just to have a good time, it's going to send signals. It's going to send waves to the right people. And for those of you who think that I'm doing this out of clout, like I am doing this. I did it initially just to have a good time. And just because of my work ethic, it kind of got recognized on a certain level. So everything else that's happening is just a cascading effect from one person's determination to just do well while other people have happened to recognize it. So don't hate me. Hate the fact that you just haven't found your niche yet to be recognized. That's it. Nobody's saying that you're whack. Nobody, why am I even talking about y'all? Bottom line is September 30th. Okay? Think about it. Go to my link tree. You'll see the books. If you are in Maryland, if you want to come to Maryland, Third Eye Comics in Annapolis. It's going to be as big of a situation that I could possibly make it, because I need it to be. You know, everyone wants to have some sort of legacy. Everyone wants to have their footprint, you know, on the world, or their mark on the world or something. Sure, He's Soul being in a major publication is a big deal for me and my family. But maybe it might be a bigger deal to other people. I don't know. But I just know that, you know, I'm not the first. I'm certainly not going to be the last. But I know that I am right now. You know, He Soul, this whole He-Man thing is right now. Like, this is the moment. This can be just like how Black Panther was in 2018. You know, it was like a watershed moment. This right now could very well be another watershed moment just for independent comic book creators. You know, and if you don't want to help me out, help them out. Like, think about that. All right? So, Linktree, buy the books, send the message, come out, let me sign it, we'll take pictures. There are people who are going to be there who were in the original Masters of the Universe video, so it's not going to be just me, you know. So, come on, like, this is that moment.